Have you ever felt it, that faint, familiar stirring in the quiet corners of your heart? It arrives like a soft breeze after a long, still winter. It is a feeling you once assumed had packed its bags and departed years ago, tucked away under the layers of routine and responsibility. You thought it had faded, yet here it is, a subtle flicker of attraction, a newfound yearning for closeness. It is not the wildfire of youth, fueled by urgency and uncertainty, it is something different. It is a slow-burning flame, deeper, more grounded, and perhaps a bit more mysterious. You might find yourself pausing in the middle of a mundane afternoon, wondering, why now? Why, after all these years, is this rising to the surface again? If that question weighs on your mind, know this, you are far from alone. For many of us navigating the beauty and complexity of life after 60, desire does not simply evaporate into the ether. It doesn't just disappear because the calendar pages have turned. Instead, it waits. It hibernates. And then, at its own steady pace, it returns, quietly, gently, and in ways that often catch us completely off guard. The first thing to realize is that the journey of desire is never a linear climb. It is not a story that begins in the vigor of youth and ends in a flat line of indifference. Life is a collection of changing tides. Our circumstances evolve, our perspectives shift, and our souls change with them. As we cross the threshold into our 60s, the landscape of our daily lives transforms. Retirement arrives, the frantic pace of professional life settles into a calmer rhythm, and the heavy weight of raising a family lifts. In that newfound space, a door opens. A craving for connection, for deep, soul-stirring closeness, begins to re-emerge. It isn't a new craving, it was always there, patient and persistent, waiting for the noise to die down so it could finally be heard. The second truth is that with time comes a sharpened emotional intelligence. Age is the ultimate architect of wisdom. You know exactly who you are, what fuels your joy, and what drains your spirit. This hard-won clarity changes everything about how you experience attraction. It is no longer tethered to surface-level impressions or the fragile vanity of your younger years. It is rooted in something far more substantial, presence, energy, and the radical beauty of authenticity. Take Helen, for example. At 66, she told us, "I truly didn't expect to feel this spark again. I thought those chapters were closed. But then I met someone who didn't just hear my words, but truly listened to the person behind them. Something in me just woke up. It felt like coming home to myself." That something isn't a glitch, it's an awakening of the heart. Thirdly, notice that desire in this season of life wears a quieter, more elegant coat. It isn't overwhelming or demanding. It doesn't need to shout to be recognized. It is steady, comforting, and profoundly meaningful. It lives in the small, sacred moments, a conversation that refuses to end, a smile that lingers in your memory long after the person has left, or the simple, magnetic warmth of sitting in the same room with someone. These moments are easy to dismiss as trivial, but do not be fooled. They are the markers of a connection that goes beneath the skin. The fourth reality is a challenge that many of us face, the inner critic fed by societal expectations. The world often tells us that our stage of life is meant for reflection, not for romance or passion. We are told that desire is a young person's game. When we feel that internal pull, we hesitate. We wonder if it's appropriate, if it's normal, or if we're somehow misreading the signs. Let this be your permission to breathe. There is nothing inappropriate about the human longing to connect. Whether you are 20 or 80, the need for another soul to witness your life is a universal, beautiful truth. Fifthly, the return of this feeling often signals that you have finally achieved a state of emotional readiness. Earlier in life, our desires were frequently tangled in external expectations, the pressures of careers, the demands of social status, and the constant need to prove our worth. Now, those layers have fallen away. What remains is a raw, honest self. You are no longer performing. You are simply being. And in that space of total authenticity, you create the perfect environment for a genuine connection to take root. Finally, understand that connection now is defined by intention. After 60, we stop rushing. We savor the process. We pay attention to the nuance of a glance or the cadence of a voice. Because we are present, even the smallest interaction can carry the weight of a great love. As David, 71, shared, "I didn't lose the capacity for desire, I just stopped chasing it down like it was something I needed to capture. I let go, and somehow, it found its way back to me." It's funny how that works, it only returned when I stopped trying to force the outcome. The most profound takeaway is this: the return of desire after 60 is not a riddle to be solved or a problem to be fixed. It is a testament to your humanity. It proves that you are still capable of feeling, still open to the surprises of life, and still wired for the magic of connection. Take a moment, right now, to reflect. Have you felt this quiet return? Did it shock you, or did it feel like a long-lost friend returning home? Did it change the way you see your own reflection in the mirror? We would be honored if you shared your story in the comments below. Your vulnerability might be the exact comfort someone else needs to hear today. And if this reflection brought you even a small measure of peace, please like, subscribe, and click the bell. Your support ensures we can keep exploring the themes that give life its depth and dignity. If you know a friend who is navigating these same waters, please pass this along. Sometimes, the most beautiful, life-altering changes are the ones we never saw coming. Thank you for being here with us. We will see you in the next video.